looking like a baddie. I show up and make them stop.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chillcast, formerly known as Anna and Yaya's Talk. I'm Anna, one of the hosts. In the last year, we've been inviting a lot of amazing founders to our show, and today we have the privilege to have Luca, founder of Ambient Network, to join us.
I'm Luca Franchi. So Ambient, we started in January with the view that the world needs environmental monitoring infrastructure that does not exist out there, especially to identify some of the more hyper-local events that are happening and things that we're seeing across the world, whether that's wildfire related all the way to the pollution that we're seeing over the past 2-3 weeks in India, which is causing horrible conditions, of course, all around. We started with a network that we took over, but that already had some 10,000 air quality monitoring sensors across 20 markets. So one of the few projects that I know that has actually taken over an existing network, which was a challenge in and of itself, but also a great opportunity to start to build on top of this environmental mission that we always had in mind. And so to, over time, be able to complement that data with metrics that, of course, add on from a demand side and sale perspective to create value for the network, but that are complementary. So noise and light pollution, pollen allergens, visibility for airports and airlines. And these are all use cases that we've identified in speaking with the weather and environmental monitoring industry that will, of course, drive value in turn for the data that we capture. But today, very much, looking to disrupt, how this sort of environmental infrastructure is created, and through the deployment, of course, of our incentive-driven, decentralized model. So an exciting mission at that, and one that we feel is quite unique in this space as well.
For our ecosystem, most of our audience is power users on Solana. How can they participate in the network, and what are the different stakeholders? Why should they care about Ambient?
Ambient is a Solana project, so we'll be landing on Solana in the coming months. So we're really excited to be part of this ecosystem, and one that has been fostered, phenomenally by Solana, especially for DePINs. We're also the only environmental DePIN, so first and only so far, but a great privilege to be able to target this opportunity and to be able to create the network that will drive the impact. Of course, participation is really easy, two ways. One is visit our website, ambient.network. You can sign up with our Ambigo mobile app to start to check in at the places around you, help us get additional data of the places that we visit every day, which in turn will also give us data to see where we should be deploying some of these indoor sensors. And two is we have our marketplace open, so you'll be able to purchase a sensor for a network to participate for both indoor and outdoor. So come and visit and come join the network.
Nice. And for the institutional or businesses that are listening to this podcast, how are they able to get involved? Let's say they're an airport or they're like a bus station, train station.
We have already a number of enterprise customers. So we've launched with commercial centers, so the Japanese Village Plaza in Los Angeles, with the Best Western in Las Vegas. We have a number of other verticals that we'll be announcing over the next few, including a number of fast food retail chains and shops and whatnot. So the best thing is to get in touch with us directly, as we typically look to do deployments that cover both outdoor and indoor to understand and compare the difference, but also help you improve the indoor air quality conditions, ultimately creating both insight into those conditions and also a yield opportunity naturally as part of the network.
How does the network economics work?
It works by the data, the metrics that we receive back from the sensor. So you're rewarded for that data that is sent to the network. In turn, we then, especially where the market is today, the outdoor air quality data, we work with the weather industry to then, fulfill a number of use cases, both with our live and historic data. And those data sales then go right back into the network. So we purchase tokens, we redistribute those tokens based on the source of that data, so the sensor owners, and then we burn the rest and use a quantity for growth activities.
When can we expect the tokens to go live? Is it live on Solana now?
So it's not live on Solana now, but we're finalizing our plans right now. The goal is over the next 2 to 3 months. So there is a lot more marketing that will be driven as part of that. And you'll definitely be hearing from Ambient.
Yeah, for sure. Most of our listeners are in Asia or in Mandarin-speaking markets. What's something that they can do to participate that would be unique to their market? So something I can think of, for example, Hong Kong, Singapore are super densely populated, which would have been great testing grounds for a lot of DePIN projects, and I think specifically like for weather, it would be really interesting.
100%. Asia is not a market where we're currently in. Our footprint is primarily Europe and the US, but we're very keen on expanding to those territories. We have a new range of outdoor devices that will be coming out later this year that will be certified for those areas. Of course, participants can already purchase indoor devices so that they can install both for enterprise and consumer use cases. So that's already possible, but for outdoor, that will be coming later this year. So really excited to be able to expand to those areas and get adoption there.
Yeah, for sure. So call to action for listeners here. If you have distribution or channels for those devices, please reach out to either myself or Luca. We can make the introduction. The other thing that I was curious to ask, so for outdoor devices, you need certifications in order to participate in the local network. What are some of the metrics that you are testing for?
So, there's a number of, particle measurements, oxygen levels, carbon dioxide, a number of the typical things that, would be measured at the air quality level. Typically, these sensors are certified by region. So Europe, the FCC, for the US, because of course it does include also certain communication standards and whatnot. But we're also looking to expand, what we do and how we do it. So to be able to support new networks like LoRaWAN, to be able to piggyback on the infrastructure from Helium and other projects. There's great bundling opportunities that we see in 2025 as we roll out new devices and new formats and bundle more with other DePIN projects.
As someone who runs a Helium Wi-Fi node, if I could have one device and that runs like 3 or 4 different DePIN projects, I think that would be amazing, and we can start to increase the different nodes at a much faster rate.
Yeah, no, there's definitely value in creating these multi-mining bundles for sure.
Last question for me is, why did you choose Solana?
Solana had, built already when we looked at, of course, the various ecosystems out there, a great community, a lot of DePIN projects, and it naturally felt like the home that we needed to launch the project, right? It helps that Solana is also an investor in Ambient, but it doesn't detract from the power that it has in the sphere. So we're very excited to join other DePIN projects that have been very successful in their own right, and look forward to being part more of the community that it has created.
100%. I think I came across Ambient really by chance. I thought it was super cool what you guys are doing. Very different from what most crypto projects are doing. Like most people honestly wouldn't even know. And it's like a prime example where I can tell anybody outside of Web3 when they ask, oh, what is a blockchain good for? And I can point to like Ambient and Helium and HiveMapper and those DePIN projects to say, yeah, look at those that are only possible on Solana.
No, it's great to be able to have that proper real world use case and to be able to get it in people's hands that ultimately know that this will be used to drive change and to be impactful.
For sure. I'm really looking forward to when you guys formally launch in Asia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Anna. Pleasure. We'll speak soon.
Thank you.
在此提醒大家，所有内容均不构成投资建议，都是我跟瑶瑶作为行业知识研究的产出，还有嘉宾的言论也是他们的个人言论，希望大家做自己的研究。
道路千万条，安全第一条，做自己的研究，让我们增强知识，然后在链上开心玩耍。欢迎关注安娜和瑶瑶 Talk， 然后我们会有更多行业一线前沿的资讯跟大家进行分享。非常感谢。